Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we're in Strasbourg, and that is in the shop currently right now. And to be fair, most of my games in it were when I first got it, and I'm doing better, obviously, now. But that being said, for being a better Dunkirk, I still struggle a little bit with it. All right, it's got more health, it's got better reload, it's got a reload booster, it's more accurate, it's got a little bit better armor. So if you guys don't know, this has 26 wrapped around in it, and the Dunkirk is 25. So in every way, it's actually pretty much better than Dunkirk. However, that jump to tier 6 is a rough one, because even though now that you can bow tank or you can angle to 15-inch guns, it's there's so many, at tier 7, which this is the match we're in. We're in a tier 7 match. In fact, we're one of 2 tier 6s in this match, right? On our team, where it's almost all tier 7s. There's a lot of 16-inch guns, and they hurt. And you're going to see it. Now, like Turpits, we're okay against, right? Not the end of the world. We can angle him. He didn't do nothing to us, really. However, you're gonna see that we get into a couple struggles here. And to be fair, I do make a mistake later in this match, and it may or may not cost us the match too. Right off the start, our battleship leaves us, a Monarch. Yeah. To be honest, when you guys see my XP total from this match, you're going to be slightly disappointed. Because what we do as a bottom tier is going to be pretty impressive for the most part. Now, we're being careful, right? We're wrapped in 26, and Zetan's secondaries could hurt if we get in there. Now, I told that Akazuki to get back, if you noticed. And you see I shake my head in frustration. That's a telltale that I am a little agitated. The Sakazuki apparently didn't know what's going on. He's going to lose almost all his health, come around that corner, and not even dump torpedoes, oddly enough. But we're not going to rip on him. He might be just a guy put the game in to have some fun. And you know what? He might be having some fun. Doesn't look like it, but he might be. So we switch over to HE. We've already put a couple fires on Zetan. He damage conned. We're going to try to get some more on him. And to be fair, the one thing I will say is I love Azurine Dunkirk, the commander. That's who we're using. But the more I play French ships, because you have small caliber guns a lot of the time, especially for the tier. For example, tier 6, we're using 13-inch guns, right? This and Dunkirk are both 13-inch guns. They're from the same class of ships. They're both Dunkirk class ships. I've actually starting to really like HE on these ships more and more, because a lot of times you don't have the ability or the AP penetration with these smaller guns to actually citadel a lot of battleships at range. Now, we're going to go ahead and try to finish off Zetan here. He has probably ran out of damage cons by now, and he did make a good push and did a lot of damage to our destroyer, but that German battleship syndrome is a bad one to have, right? So we have a fire going on him. We could have burned him down, but I think our Bayard is gonna finish him off. Oh, our Iowa is gonna finish him off. We take a shot at Akazuki, and we get really unlucky with that salvo. That is kind of unlike Strasbourg. I look over, and our Iowa is brawling with a Turpits and a Zetan, because Zetan was there. I can't believe my eyes. Now, to be fair, I actually thought I had AP loaded here as our Iowa goes down. Turpits was broadside. We do get a fire on him, so I actually am going to leave HE, because you can see he damage conned our fire, right? So again, I didn't mean to do it, but honestly, if it's working, no reason to stop it, right? And we get a perma-fire on him as well. Now, in this match, you're going to see everything we basically go up against is going to be to 7, obviously. We're bottom tier by a significant margin. So whatever we do is going to be rough. Now we get one more fire on Turpet, so we got 2. Bayard's still shooting at him with HE, and I'm kind of getting frustrated because I'm thinking he's just going to get fight fire with fire. Turns out this player does not have fight fire with fire. As you can see, he had 3 fires on him. There for a second, we're going to actually go ahead and put another one on him. So he's back to having 3 fires now, and I was all pumped because I'm like, okay, he's going to die to fires. And as you can see here, he is, it's warm in Turpets right now. He's basically Ghost Rider, but our fires do actually get him. And this Bayard is actually helping, and he seems to be like doing it in a good way. So I'm hoping he gets a point that I want to go after this destroyer, right? It's a close match. We're actually losing, and taking out the destroyer could be the game changer. So we're going to go ahead and push up, and we're going to be a little bit careful. We're going to start turning. I'm going to let the cruiser know where I think the destroyer is based on getting spotted, and where the cap was, or where he came in through the cap. So we can see, sure enough, we predicted exactly where he was. We're going to take a nice little shot with Strasbourg here. And you can see outside of that one wonky went out to the side. Pretty good grouping for the most part. And you're going to see our Bayard does take him down. So kudos to him. But we did a big chunk of that destroyer's health. So we're going to go ahead and push up, right? We're going to help make sure we can get this cap. Then we're going to start. We don't actually get the assist on it. We get there too late. But we're going to go ahead and come over here. And this Baltimore, I didn't realize who it was. It's somebody that's actually pretty decent and I've run across before. And we're going to take a shot at him. And I'm going to get super disappointed. He must have been turning out because it's an auto-aim shot. That's all I really had. Baltimore broadside, I don't get a shell on him. I'm guessing he must have turned out or something. However, Amagi is here. And we're going to get back to that Baltimore here in a second. But you can see we're going to take a shot at Amagi. I didn't realize he was fully stopping. So we're going to actually, you're going to get a bunch of overpens through the front of the ship. And right here is where we're going to talk about how this ship struggles when it goes up a tier, because Amagi is a good example of it. There's a lot of big guns at the tier, right? Like Iowa, you see Iowas all the time, and you see American 16s all the time. There's 16-inch guns everywhere at the tier. Now, we are hammering Amagi, don't get me wrong, but you can see when he hits us, it doesn't matter where he hits us because this armor, right? Because we just don't have the armor to stop Amagi. So I am really, once I spot him, I am really hyper. That is a beautiful salvo. I am hyper focused on getting rid of Amagi. And you can see we are absolutely chunking him, but we're not citadeling him, and he's only 12 kilometers away. And that's the one thing that these 13-inch guns on Dunkerque and Strasbourg, they struggle a little bit with citadeling battleships, right? We're going to take a shot at Baltimore. Again, we bounce a bunch of shells because we don't have the caliber. I should have used HE there. And this is going to be a showcase of me not necessarily playing the best. Right here, I damage con to try to force Baltimore back out, right? If he knows he damage con, he might try to get a shot on us. To get another fire going. I have 3 heals, so I'm not too worried about the fires. So we're going to go in here because we are losing, right? We're tight on ships. We have the caps, but we're losing on points. So what you're going to see is I'm going to make a mistake here. And whether or not it costs us a match or not is going to be a tough one. Now, I am putting myself in a bad position. I know of this. Right, there's ships to our left fighting our carrier, trying to rush our carrier, and there's going to be ships to our right, and I know they're going to be heading for this base. That's actually not the mistake I'm going to be making. That is one, but the mistake I'm going to be making is a pretty big one, because I actually wasn't paying attention who is in what ship. A lot of times my map awareness or who's in what ship isn't as good as you guys might think it is. And we're going to pop around this corner and protect this cap. Amagi flat broadside to us. We can't sit it down. And that's okay. We're chunking the crap out of them. So I'm okay with that. Now, I put my secondaries on Baltimore. I am thinking my secondaries are going to actually kill him off, right? Or I'm going to be able to kill Amagi and then deal with Baltimore. Like, one way or another, I'm thinking this is going to be good. Our secondaries do not even touch a Baltimore at all. And I misplay this. I don't get the kill on Amagi. I thought I was going to get the kill on Amagi. To be fair, that Baltimore makes the right play by ramming me. It saves Amagi's life. And our team actually almost throws this away. You know, there was one battleship with almost no health and a cruiser. And they almost threw this away. But we do end up winning. But our mistake of not getting rid of Baltimore first almost cost us. And I should have went for Baltimore because he was playing smarter than Amagi. Amagi was just broadside the whole time, right? So I should have, that was my mistake. Definitely should have played that differently. And how we're not top of leaderboard being the only tier 6, our Amagi and Monarch must have shot down some planes because we also had the high caliber as well, and we got rid of a destroyer. So, anyway, we really helped our team out. We have a solid match. Like I said, it helped our team win, which is most important. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time, folks.